get to where I am. Not gonna work.
What is it you want, Barry? What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
The sensitive high school quarterback who became commander-in-chief of his own army. He would later say of the war, it was awesome, but also, it wasn't.
What's the deal with bananas? I mean, they got orange juice, you got apple juice. Where's the banana juice?
I never.
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on The Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
We got him today, Dan. John may or may not be getting back on a flight over the holiday weekend. Good morning, Dan.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Al. How are you?
Isn't that just the way this works in Minnesota? Get yourself through a nice midweek Christmas and not be able to get home because of the weather. How bad was it where you were at?
Oh, I've got probably 6 or 7 inches of snow here, and it's blowing around pretty well.
Well, I don't think we got that much down here. I would guess it's hard to tell because again, it's blowing a couple 3 inches, but it's all sideways. It's just blowing left or right. I don't know where it's going to end up.
Yeah, you may have that part worse right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's but I'm at the point where I'm thinking about after the show, how badly do I really want to go out and and plow the driveway? I don't know. It's like
I'm in the same boat. It's like, oh man, I want to do it while it's the peak warm of the day, but when is that going to be? Yeah, I'm not. What a good week though, sports wise. Let's talk some sports.
Very nice. Sports,
so we had last night. We had the Packers losing to the 49ers in what was just, as I understand it, the first game ever where the scores were tied at 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. First time in history that they went back and forth tied the whole way.
Are you talking about with the Bears?
The Bears, the 49ers and Bears, and the Bears lose. So in division, that's nice. We did see that your Green Bay Packers ended up losing, being trounced by the Ravens. Gotta like that.
Ravens, by the
well, then it only gets better because you can't tell me Minnesota isn't as well. And
oh no, yeah.
How about that Christmas Day Minnesota Viking Lions game?
Very, very nice. I mean, we'll take. It's at some point. You guys, with all the turnovers, you got to figure how much of it is the defense and how much of it is just the ineptitude of the Lions offense. But this Lions offense has not shown this.
No,
this year, and it's not like they had all their scrubs in. So,
no, and I was watching the game at my in-laws' house because we had to go there for Christmas, and there's a couple of problems with it. One is there was no volume. They're loud humans. God love them. They're loud. But they had the TV volume off. We all sat and watched the game. So there's a lot of calls and stuff like, what are they getting? Yeah, you didn't get some of that brilliance. But it was hard to watch. We go up 7-0 with the fumble. They come back 7. It's 7-7 at half. And most of my relatives were all, this is over. They're going to come back and trounce us. And it was about as hard to watch and ugly a football game as there is possible, right?
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. If it was not a win, it would have been. It's a game that you would turn off. In the third quarter. You turn off in the third quarter, or maybe even not come back after halftime. Yeah.
So we were watching. This is how poorly it gotten because again, we weren't hearing what was going on, but we were trying to follow along. We were literally watching that Max Brosmer had a net negative in passing yards. In that, if you took the number of sacks until like the second to last play, he gets 1 yard up. He had a total of 51 yards. Are you flipping kidding me? That was
forward passing, yeah.
In forward passing, you take the rest off. I think he had a total of 6 if you take all the sacks and that sort of thing. Quarterback rating of 62. He had no interceptions. He did what he had to do to win a ball game. Yeah. Do we not give him kudos? I mean, he beat Jared Goff.
And it was 20 points, almost 30 QB rating points better than his last start.
You see, he's improving. Now, that's just mean, but you're a numbers guy. But no, you look at Jared Goff at 197 yards. And yet we won. Now, a lot of those were forward passes to us. I mean, how many?
Yes.
6 turnovers. That's just amazing. What do you do if you're Detroit? I mean, if we did that, we just asked for everyone's head. Are they good in Detroit? As good as they were last year and as bad as they are this year?
I can't imagine. I mean, who was what's his name? The coach who was, the savior last year. Now now the meme's gonna now the theme's gonna be, what was it? All your assistants? All your assistants who went.
That's funny. Yes, every one of the assistants needs to go.
So I can't imagine that they've got to be furious. They've got to be furious. I mean, because come on, this is a city that has they have looked down upon their football team for so long now. To have that glimmer of hope of that season of that special season of saying, "Hey, we're the up and comer. This is got to be the way things are for the next 5 years," and that at least, and it's that would be devastating.
Did you see the Bears being number 1 in the North? That's what I'm saying. It's so wild to me. But here they are. They've cinched the division championship. But here's what I want to ask you about: Green Bay Packers at 9-6-1 are literally 1 game ahead of us, or I guess maybe a game and a half, however you want to put that. And we're playing them, and they made the playoffs. I'm telling you right now, if we didn't slide one of those crap games and all those losses we had, we could win Sunday and have been in the playoffs.
Made the playoffs.
This team.
Yeah.
How does that hurt? That hurts even worse.
Al, I really appreciate your bringing that up, because I hadn't even thought of that angle, and now I'm thinking it's like, oh crap! Oh,
look at the Bears game. The Bears game we lost by 2. I mean, there's just some games in here that you literally, if we just played well, we win.
I had come to that point of being at peace with this very blah season, and here you go, just opening up the wounds of
lost the Steelers by 3.
But you're not wrong.
But would you have wanted been in?
No.
This team going into the playoffs. You tell me the Bears, the rest aren't going to get just shellacked. Green Bay is going to get shellacked. There's no way they hang.
I'm not entirely giving up on the.
You would chip chair a chance. Is that who you are? If you're in the playoffs, you got a shot.
If you're in no, because I don't think because I agree with the Packers. I don't think the Packers have much of a chance.
Yeah,
but we've been doubting the Bears all year. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Early on, even the halfway point, we're saying, well, they're in contention, but they're gonna fall off any time here. It's all smoke and mirrors. We've been saying that all year. I don't expect them to go far. No, but it's not a team that I would say it's impossible. No.
When we started, the NFC North was the division, right? Well, this is where everybody's got to come through here. That did not how this ended. You look at the Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay. This is not how that ended.
Who would have thought the NFC West would be the powerhouse of the conference? Who would have thought?
Seattle 13 wins, San Fran with 12, and Los Angeles Rams with 11. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
I think everybody thought that Seattle was a good team.
Yeah.
But I don't think 13, maybe even 14 wins did not seem.
But isn't the thing there, now that you brought it up, if they get to 14 wins with Darnold at the helm, back-to-back 14-game wins, that has to show us we might have mucked up. He's got his fingers in his ears.
Yeah.
Am I lying? Doesn't that show us we really messed up? He went out and proved himself. Good for Darnold.
Yeah, absolutely good for him. He followed them because the Vikings did offer him money, but it was only 1 year. The Vikings wanted him to stick you, but we can only commit to you for 1 year, and he's. That honestly, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy to commit to 1 year. Now, if he'd pulled off the same sort of season, season here he's done in Seattle,
it would have been this deal.
It would have been a couple $100 million. He would have been a $50 million a year guy.
Yeah, I'm happy for him because he was a journeyman until he gets here, wins his 14 games, got paid, and he's doing it again down there. You're feeling well. We'll have plenty of time to talk about this. Do you feel comfortable at all with where Minnesota is quarterback-wise?
Do I feel no?
Yeah.
Do I'm not feeling as much of the oh my God, they have to switch gears entirely on quarterback. But I don't know where they go because it's how much because you clearly cannot go all in on JJ McCarthy for next season. You can't. So you need at the very least, an excellent insurance policy.
Yeah, Brosmer's not that guy. Brosmer's not pushing JJ, and when he gets in, he's just serviceable at best. But he did get us the win. I got to go to break. We got other stuff to talk about in Minnesota. The Wolves are going to wolf, and we'll talk about that with Dan right after this.
Yeah.
This season, bring the whole family to see Irving Berlin's White Christmas. This smash hit musical based on the classic film returns by popular demand to delight you at Chanhassen dinner theaters. With loads of laughter and a stunning showcase of Irving Berlin songs, White Christmas is a celebration of the romance, friendship, and magic of the holidays. Make your plans today to see White Christmas. Visit chanhassendt.com.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Don't need to ask him his opinion more than once. Al Travis on the Al Travis Show.
I don't remember who the Minnesota Viking coach was who was screaming, "They are who we think they are. They're exactly who we thought they were." Well, guess what? The Wolves are exactly who we think the Wolves are. And it was in the paper this morning, and it bothers me a little bit about Ant basically recalling the game last night. We'll talk about it, or the night before last. But basically said, yeah, we just did kind of a Timberwolves thing. Like it was just what we do. And it's got to stop. Recap real quick. The Denver Nuggets, Christmas night, playing Denver and the Nuggets in Denver. You got to give it slightly to Denver because it's at home, but otherwise one of the best basketball games going. Now, Dan, you can't start that crap at 9:30, expect this kid to stay up for it. I watched the first half, went to bed. I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Couldn't stay up.
It's 8:30 in Denver. It's not even like it's 7 o'clock in Denver. It's 8:30 in Denver at that point. So,
yeah, I think they're ruining the Christmas thing when they do this like this. But it was by far the best game. Then you read about it. Mm-hmm. We get to the end. They go into overtime. Ant and coach get booted out because of technical fouls, yelling at the ref. They get pulled from the game, and we end up losing in overtime to the Nuggets. No shame in losing the overtime to the Nuggets.
No.
What's it, Jokic? 56, 16, and 15. Like the second time it's ever happened. So, I mean, all in. Great game. No one saw it because it's way too flippin' late. The next game, we take on the Nets. They have 9 flippin' wins total. Youngest team in the league. Worst when it comes to defense. They rolled us. 123-107. I tried watching that whole game, and it was infuriating. I really thought at some point this team would actually try. And with 2-3 minutes ago, all scrubs off each bench. Everybody knew it was done. Dan, I can't put up with a team that doesn't care like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and they announced, well, coming off that high of the Nuggets, I'm like, really? Dan, talk to me.
But it's not like it was just the night before. It's not.
No, you're right. That's exactly right. They had 2 days. They had to come back, fly back, and then do their thing. And they want to make excuses. The excuse is this team is mentally weak. My opinion. I think they're mentally weak.
They need to show something right now. Yeah, they they need to show more than they need to show more than what they've got right now. Now, to be fair, if you watched, and now I realize no one stayed up to watch the end of the game, but if you saw the end of that Nuggets game, the play that Ant made to put the game into overtime was unfreaking believable. That was an amazing play. So I want to give him some. So I want
not
to
take.
He is a little bit.
He's unbelievable player. Top 5 maybe in the whole league.
Yeah,
he's coming back in clutch. I agree with you, but mentally, then he has to verbally slap up his teammates and said, "When this lowly team comes in, we win by no less than 40. We're going to put them out of their misery." You know what I'm saying? But we don't. And it's infuriating. We should have walked on that team. We should have played him. Yeah,
it was embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. So you do not follow up a hard-fought, no shame loss to the Nuggets on the road in overtime. A great game. You do not follow that up with just a this is professional basketball is hard.
Yeah,
well,
we have a stretch. We have tonight Chicago. We have Atlanta on New Year's Eve night. We'll see if this team wants to come back and play ball or not. I don't want to spend too much time on them because we got to talk a little bit. You went to the Wild game. Tell me about your Wild team. What do you think of that squad and how they're playing?
I did not see the best game to get a sense of how they're playing right now. I saw Tuesday night against the Predators, and it was a great start. The first half of the first period, the first 10 minutes, man, they just looked like they were going to dominate this game. And the puck was in their zone the whole time. The forechecking was on. The passing was just crisp. From that point on, it was just they looked tired. It was just that they could not complete a pass of more than about 5 feet. They're trying all these outlet passes, and it was just bouncing off of sticks or bouncing over sticks, and it was just sloppy. And the fact that they actually lost in overtime was kind of shocking to me because because it was not so that was not a good representative game. However, Gus was good, but
here's the bounce back though. Then they take the Jets on last night. Look like they're going to lose. They end up tying it up, and Boldy scores in overtime for the win. Yeah. It's kind of like your anti-Wolves thing. Exactly. We'll come back. We'll get beat, and it's just different.
And then we come back, and we're going to say, we're just not going to lose this thing. It's when they get to that, it's impressive to see a team. Because we've seen it in other teams in the past, but this is just well, and I hate to say it, but for the Wolves, it's probably been since Kevin Garnett? When he was the first time? The first time?
The first Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett version 1. Hey, I'm running out of time, Dan. I'm going to run up against it. I'm sorry. I thank you for taking time to be here. We'll see you in a week. Fair enough?
We'll see you, yeah. Have a good trip.
Dan with the guys at the end of the bench.
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota Capitol, you need more than a lobbyist. You need a partner. At Momentum